Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Sexy Ice 2019. I never say that part. Do you guys say that part? Unkval, from part of the Vermin series, Unkval Smasher, which is, it's kind of like the Eliminator with some heavier armor on it and football gear, which is kind of strange. But if you're going to make a figure that's like at the core the same thing but like a new version, this is how you freaking do it. These things are really good figures. If you haven't seen the original review, check it up there or down in the description below. Excellent figure. This company's putting out really cool stuff. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is a sideways package. At first, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on there. Then you have to realize shoulder, arm, head, shoulder, chest. Smasher. And that's the outer sleeve. Execute, amend, erase. Has anybody, like, do they have their fiction anywhere? Like, what is this, like, do they have, like, an anime, do they have anything that this is based on, or that is based on this? Because I would watch it. This is exactly my aesthetic. This is my favorite sort of thing, and it's odd to me that they seem to have some kind of fiction, some kind of lore, but not including it anywhere that I'm aware of. Let me know if you know, because I don't know. Alright, so this guy is not in stock anywhere. Just like is usually the case, these things sell out right away, which is why I haven't reviewed the Manticora, whatever it's called, I don't know. I didn't get one, so that's that. But maybe they'll do a reissue at some point, but they typically don't. So, good luck. Okay, so let's talk about this guy. He stands roughly, let's just say 6 3/4 inches, give or take. It depends on how you have him stanced exactly, but like he's a car. 17 centimeters. Here he is, and a lot of the parts are the same, but a lot of the parts are different also to this guy, which is his buddy. That's the Eliminator, the original release that I reviewed from this company. You can see there are some differences, some significant differences, but we have a lot of the same parts too. The shins to thighs to crotch, not the belt, not the diaper part. The abdomen is the same, I think. Maybe it's not. I think it might be. It's hard to say. The way they've painted it, they've done a good job to hide things. But then you have like the biceps and maybe the neck. Yeah, it's like they did a good job of reuse, but you'll see like the forearms are very heavier on this guy. The shoulder pads, obviously. The chest is all new. The head's all new. Shoulder pads new. And then the shins and boots are new. And the diaper / belt piece new. So yeah, I think they did a good job of reusing parts and making new parts at the same time. It's very nicely done. This guy does have a football motif. And if you remove these pegs, which we'll get to in a minute for the accessories, and put on the other football parts, he's even more football themed. If you left him like this, you wouldn't necessarily know it. He just looks like he has a brush guard on his chest. But I like that you can remove the shoulder pad football helmet things, so that's nice. I wish, because this is removable, I wish they had another piece that popped on there as well, because it just leaves empty holes behind, which isn't great. And this middle piece can come out too, but it still just leaves holes behind. So I think an alternate chest piece would have been great. But yeah, he looks awesome. He still has all the same wonderful details throughout. If you don't mind the red color scheme, rather than like the military version. Or look, I should say. It's really nice. I love the way they did the visor. All the tiny details are in there. It's nice and clean. Looks good. But there's got to be some fiction behind the football and advertising motif. There has to be. But yeah, very cool looking figure. He doesn't have the giant things on his back like the other guy has. But yeah, since they do share a lot of the core parts, you could do some swapping if you wanted to. I don't know that you would want to, but if you wanted to, you could do it. So yeah, he looks great. Very nice. Not anything surprising at all from this company. So yeah, aesthetically, I will go... Oh, here he is. I didn't do this. Aesthetically, I will go... I don't know. 9.5 out of 10. I think that's probably what maybe 10. I don't know. There's things that could be a little bit cleaner. We'll go 9.5. Okay, and then I also wanted to talk about something, because it's like... It's very important, I think, that people pay attention to who they're listening to. And I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but I have this juxtaposition I want to just insert here before we get into the accessories. We have figures like these, the Sexy Ice figures, which are hyped up like crazy across the social medias, across the interwebs. Nothing but positive hype for these figures, other than like a few voices that are like, everything sucks. These are hyped up like crazy. They're excellent figures. It's a great thing. But then you also get things like this. that are hyped up like crazy and are actually hot garbage. Really terrible, terrible products. And you have to realize some of these people out there that are hyping things, they're not doing it based on the product. They're doing it based on what is coming out next or what is popular or whatever they think will get them clicks and views. So pay attention to that, guys. This should not be hyped up. It is terrible in many, many ways. This is excellent in basically all the ways. If the one person is telling you they're both excellent and amazing and you should be excited, you should question what that person's motives are. Just a little heads up for maybe you newer collectors out there or people who have gotten lost in the rat race on social media. Okay, let's get into the accessories. We have an alternate head. Both heads look great. I like the black and red one the most. The white one doesn't really do it for me. Okay, you get some alternate visors for the red one, black and red one. That's cool. I like those a bunch. You get a decent spread of hands, everything you're going to need. You get the shoulder pads, like I mentioned. You just pull out those little silver plugs, put the shoulder pad things on there, and then he looks more football-y or like he's made out of brush guard. Or bull bar, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's kind of cool. He comes with a football or a bomb or whatever it is. You get 2 pegs. You only need one really, but you get 2 pegs and 2 holes to peg it into his hands. Like I said, you really only need the one, so I'm not sure why there are 2, but you get that. Okay, and then you get his guns, which are nice little bullpups with that weird canister on the front. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I think it was on the other guy's gun too. But the mags are removable. That's nice. I like that. Bullpups are cool. And you get his display stand, which is just a nice basic display stand. I prefer the bottom to be clear, but it's still a good display stand. Did I mention the bat? You get a baseball bat with spikes. Love it. I do think it's interesting that we have a football and a baseball thing going on at the same time, kind of. And maybe I'm just crazy, other than the bat's just a spiky bat and I'm reading too much into it. But to me, the white and red helmet looks more baseball-y. I don't know why. It's basically the same sculpt as the other one, minus the eyes. But to me, it looks like baseball. So is there like a baseball-football combo theme going on here? Did anybody else get that? Or is it just me? But yeah, accessories are great. I'm going to go 9.9 out of 10. A couple of blast effects would be awesome. But otherwise, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about the articulation, because it's not going to be exactly the same as the other guy. But it's going to be basically the same. The neck moves around everywhere you want it to move. No real problem there, except... Nope. No except. He looks up, no problem. Ball pegs are great. Ball pegs are great. This guy just poses where you want him to pose, and damn if he doesn't look awesome doing it. That's not the saying, not damn. It's I'll be damned, but I don't want to say that. So he looks awesome doing that is what I'll say. The shoulder pads on a ball peg. It's Revoltech style shoulders, essentially. Only done way better than Revoltech for the most part. They're still gappy and weird, but man, these figures look so nice. And you have that ball peg over there. I mean, that's a Revoltech thing too, but his have so much extra range. Like, this is basically everything you want out of a Revoltech. He still has pretty bulky chest though, so you're not going to get a ton of range across it, but that's still not bad, and it doesn't look bad unless you look for the joint that's open, and then you can hide that even more with the shoulder pad. These are basically everything that I want Revoltech to be. I think I said that in the last review. Bicep swivel is in there. Double jointed elbow. Really nice looking elbow. That's just wonderful. Arms go back that way. You have a ball peg and a ball hinge in there. There's a couple of floating pieces in the wrist. But like, you don't actually end up with a ton of range just because there's a lot of plastic there. But the wrists do move around nicely. For the torso, leans back all the way. Like, it can get gappy at the extremes, but just don't go quite as far and you won't have to worry about that. Leans forward nicely. Again, gappy at the extremes, but don't worry about that. You don't have to go that far, and if you want to, just don't look at it. To side is nice, and of course you have your rotation. That's a given. For the hips, they're weird. That's the one thing I think is not great about these. They're a little bit weird. Like, it's fine, but they're a little bit weird the way they work. They're not exactly like Revoltech. It's a weird combination of things, and you end up with your hips getting into positions that you don't really, like, you can't get them quite where you want them. He's got a very narrow crotch. Can't bring the legs straight forward still, so it's a little bit annoying. But, like, you can just fiddle with it, and you'll get it to where you need it to go for the most part. Come on. But they can be a little bit annoying to handle. But you do get your thigh swivel in there. Double jointed knee is a really cool knee. I still think they should flip the position. Like, obviously they're not going to do that at this point. But you get a joint up here and a joint down here. The kneecap stays over here. So I'd like to see that put this hinge up here and this part down here. I think that would have looked better, but it's fine, obviously. And you get this down here, this extra hinge, which is the problem that new Goku had, the game's being again Goku. It went forward, it didn't go back. The point of this hinge is to do this. It's to give you a deeper knee bend. It's not to bend the leg forward. I mean, it can be, but it should do both, and they made it only do one, and it was really ugly and terrible. This is how you do it, so that's awesome. And then for the ankle, it's not the best. It's fine. Doesn't go that far forward. It goes all the way back. Ankle rocker is a little bit steep. It's a little steep. But because you can't rotate the ball around, you have to actually rotate the shin. Which Revoltechs don't rotate there. Maybe they do. I can't remember. I think they do, actually. And then they have just the hinge. Anyway, you have to use the shin in order to get the ankle rocker to work properly. But then you also have a toe hinge, which is really nicely done. So, yeah, it's an excellent, excellent figure. The articulation is top-notch. It's actually really good, as opposed to a figure that should have had perfect articulation. This one's really, really nice. I'll give his articulation a 9.5 out of 10. Excellent release. All the way around. Time for the final verdict on this guy. If it wasn't that he was red in football, like if this guy had the same color scheme as this guy, which I don't know why they don't do, maybe they will. I want this guy to have this color scheme, and I want to take away his football motif and just replace it with other armor bits. This would be an absolute home run, awesome thing. I think it still is, but you have to be okay with that, the strange football nature of it, which is just, what do you guys think about that? Question of the day. What do you think? Would you rather have it be all just like the military type stuff, or would you rather it be football and maybe baseball? Not my favorite thing, but it's still a damn cool figure, so I'm okay with it, but it's a little weird. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. But here's the final rating on this guy. 9.8 out of 10. 9.8 out of 10. It's going to pose really well. It's going to look really good. It has plenty of good accessories. It has a really nice finish. The price point is reasonable enough. Granted, you can't get it anymore, so that's kind of a moot point at this point. But it's nice. I'd like some blast effects, and obviously more accessories is nice. But yeah, blast effects would just send it over. But really, really cool. Really cool. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.